Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about Auldey Chapter 2. These are figures that are about, 5-inch scale, something along those lines. And yeah, it's a bit of a different scale. Yellow Park did the same thing, but Yellow Park, I don't think theirs were as good as these are. And these look phenomenal. For about 11 bucks a figure, you're 66 bucks for the set. It is a really good value. The figures look great. If you just want the characters non-transforming, it works. I don't think these were ever intended for US release, which is why I got it at Showzy Store. You can get yours too. I'm going to have a link down below where you can get this and put TH and support your reviewer on the main page. Helps the channel out. But anyway, let's get into looking at this stuff and do a little bit of comparison to the Yellow Park stuff and a little bit of comparison to Wave 1 and more. Coming up. Here's the packaging. This is how it looks. It's one big box with 6 smaller boxes. And I think you can cut out the Megatron if you want to, if that's a thing you care to do. And then they're in these little boxes here, they slide. Each one comes with a tray of stuff in there. I mean, we've done this before, but showcasing it, and then you can see everything you get in here for $65, which is an excellent value. That's a chase figure, and I guess those are a chase too. You might get those randomly in one. I don't really know. 1/72 of a scale. So, yes, still kind of confusing on that, but I didn't get any chases. I'm happy with what I got. Alright, ladies first, we got Alita 1, and let me see, dig through this pile of cards I have here. There's her card. They all have a card, and you can see it's in dual language. It's in English and I believe Chinese. And the thing is that this is a very good mold, a very good figure, and they're just basically reusing the RC bucks. I'll have to grab her and get her over here in a bit, but definitely a good-looking figure. Would she work for your Legends? She's a little tall for Legends. A little short for the Hasbro mainline, which they have to operate in a certain space. They can't compete directly with Hasbro, and still, I'm sure it's officially licensed, though. I mean, there's no way they can get away with all this, what they've done, without it being officially licensed. But looking great, just like the RC did. But let's check out her face. They got excellent paint. If I can get everything to focus. Excellent paint on the face, eyes, the yellow and all that. The head, side to side, up and way down, and not much up. Shoulder, you got the 360 ball joint, bicep swivels. Is it double jointed? I don't think it's double jointed. And then you got the hands are separate; they move around. And we'll get the hands here in a second. You got the torso movement and a waist swivel, which is great. Gets her to do that kind of stuff. So, really cool. And then thighs don't go too far out. I guess you can do that. Gotta be careful. And then 90, past the 90, up and down, kind of the way that swivels around. An actual dedicated thigh swivel in there, and then a double jointed knee. Like, serious double joint. Now that I knocked this off, it's probably going to be problematic. It looks like a double jointed knee. I think RC's was. Well, maybe it's not a double jointed knee. Pop it back on. Okay. And then the foot is on a ball joint, so you can get all the ball joint stuff with it. But let's go ahead and take a look at her compared to RC. Now, looking at these ladies, I don't think they reused too much, but I do think they reused at least the thighs. Probably the whole legs, all the legs. I don't know, but you've got this extra bit here that we don't have on RC. You got extra bits on the shoulders that RC doesn't have. But it looks like the forearms and, of course, hands and stuff are the same. Chest is different, and then there's the back piece, which that just plugs in. The back pieces plug in. So, definitely they did some difference. So it's not just an exact repaint of RC, so that's good that we got Alita 1. And think about it. All the additional tooling, and it's a $11 figure. And then here we go with the New Age Legends the best Legends RC that's been made so far. I will put that out there. There's not a better one. There's some decent ones, but this one is still the best. And yeah, it's kind of bright on these brighter pink and white colors, but there's RC, well, Alita 1 and some RCs. Now, Alita 1 came with 4 Energon cubes. They are transparent. They do semi-refract light, which is nice. But I just noticed in this, and I threw all the packaging away from the first one, the first set, but it comes with this reflective sheet. I don't know if there's something to this, so I'm going to keep it, but did the first one, did RC come with that? RC came with 4 Energon cubes also. Interesting touch, not sure what that's for. And then Megatron comes with 1 also, so you get 5 with the set. Next we're going to talk about Nemesis Prime, but before we do that, I want to show hands. So we have obviously a holding hand with a hole in it, either a 3 or 5 millimeter port, not 100% sure. You also get, every figure gets a set of splayed hands, set of the holding hands, set of closed hand fists, which they need to install the open hand fists because that's what is probably most used, and swapping them out is a bit of a pain. And then you also get 2 sets of pointer fingers. So I put a variety on here so we can see all of these hands if there's enough light. But yeah, getting into Nemesis Prime here, I thought that'd be a fun way to show off all the hands. And they all have the same styling of hands. RC and Alita 1s are smaller. This Nemesis Prime comes with a coronation set, and it's got a really cool looking cape that is articulated. They've got you have to plug in an adapter to get it plugged into him, and you have to plug these other 2 pieces of cape in so that he can have his cape splayed if you want it to, which is quite interesting. Or you can close it up and just have it like that. And then of course you have these shoulder pieces for the coronation set. It also comes with this giant sword, and you have the standard Prime gun. And Prime looks good, nice coloration. We've already gone through Prime before, so we can move quickly on this. Here is the first version of Prime, and then we've got a Legend scale Prime. As you can see, these figures do not fit into your Legend scale. They're slightly too big. They're yet another scale, and this isn't for everybody. Not everybody was like, oh, I want a new scale, but it's also so cheap that like you could build a whole shelf for like $130 and with these first 2 waves, and it looks great. They actually do look really good. Next we have the Emperor of Destruction himself. It is Megatron, and he will have peace through tyranny. That's how it works, and it looks good. This one looks phenomenal, just absolutely amazing. They've done an outstanding job on him, and say, wow. Why couldn't Hasbro's Redline look this good? Now people are going to tell me, oh, it looks that good. No, it doesn't. The Redline does not look this good. And I will give it this credit. I bet you Auldey looked at it and said, well, what did Yellow Park do? And we'll do better. But what did Red do? And we'll do better. And they did better. I mean, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Let's just put it next to what we got going on over here with the Yellow Park version, which I was disappointed in. I like the shininess of the silver. That was nice, but I mean, it just didn't feel right, and this feels right. I don't know how to explain it. We're talking about $11 figure right here that nails the character. Just fantastic. You do get an extra face, just a normal face. I don't know. I don't want to dig it out of the box right now, but I'll try to put everything on them that comes with them. But yeah, this looks really, really good. So very happy with these, and they all have about the same sort of articulation, even though their parts are different. But and they even looks real complex over here. What's going on with this? Interesting, but fantastic looking figure. You can put him in decent poses. I decided to put him with kind of this splayed hand so he can do this kind of stuff. I'm not into swapping hands though. See, I don't like this hand swapping business. I'm going to put them in a bag and hopefully not lose them. So like what I put on them was like, this is forever what I'm going to have on these guys. But man, this is a excellent paint. Where there is paint, it's excellent. It's not painted all over, but there's enough paint apps to make it worthwhile. fantastic job. Next up we have Thundercracker, looking amazing. Thundercracker looks fantastic and good looking figure. They did a good job with Starscream too. We'll see that here in just a little bit. Do like the colors. I do like the really good orange paint. It pops. Your eye goes to that. Face looks good, which I start to wonder, is it the same exact face as Starscream? Is that what they're going to do with this? I mean, it looks really close. Really close. And then, of course, the same ion blaster, same hands, same legs, same everything. Seekers. Just the repaint kings with the Seekers over here. Yeah, you don't need that Energon. You're just chilling. All right, let's get them compared to, actual Autobot symbols and Decepticon symbols on these figures, which is, of course, something we're not used to when we get stuff like this, but this, I believe, is officially licensed. Here is Starscream holding Megatron. He's got his Megatron gun, which it could have used more paint apps than what it got, but it is what it is, and it's a Megatron gun. But yeah, there it is. You can see him side by side, and let's unpose him just a bit. So you can see slightly different color of orange on the chest there, and different paint apps, but same figure. Faces look the same to me. I don't know. Let's get closer on that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it, but it looks like they're using the same head and same face, which is fine with me. I don't care. They still look great, and that's all I gotta say about that. All right, here's Perceptor in his microscope mode. Oh yeah, he's not supposed to transform. Okay. Hey, he's got the simplest transformation. I figured why not give it a shot? Can make it look almost like a microscope. One of the failures there is that his chest doesn't fold down. But, yeah, you can almost get him there. You can almost do it. Pretty good looking figure overall. I want to say, I don't want to call it the least favorite of the bunch, but just all the Perceptors in the past have already looked pretty good. I mean, it's not like he's groundbreaking or anything, but he's a solid figure. He looks good. You get what you need out of him. And great paint and a nice coloration. Just pops. I would have liked these to be silver. That's me. That's just me, I guess. He's a good figure overall. Perceptor. I'm not sure why they picked him in this, but they are trying to give a lot more than just seasonal and arc figures right away. So that works. That's actually really good that they've done that. And yeah, Perceptor. I don't have much to compare them to because I don't have a whole lot going on. I don't even think I've got a Perceptor up here for Legends, but anyhow, let's take a good look at his face. That's a nice face. It's hard to get it on the camera. Here, let's have him look up maybe. Is this thing really blocking light? Yeah, that's blocking the light, so yeah, it did a good job. It would have been nice if this opened up, but what would it have done if it opened up? Nothing. So, and it's a $11 figure, so asks for stuff for $11 figure is a little bit odd. So, anyway, you can just get them in some fun poses here and Perceptor. Alright, we got Bumblebee and Shrapnel and Ravage, which I'll say my favorite of all these is the Ravage. Has some articulation in the head, nothing in the jaw, ball joint on the legs. Nice looking little Ravage. Really would fit your Legend shelf okay, I think. I think it'd look okay on a Legend shelf. A little big, but I like Ravage a little big. I don't like Ravage being so tiny. Ravage is one of my favorite characters of all time. I have a whole shelf dedicated to just Ravage. He's going on it. Now I'm like, oh, well, there's a few other things out there I need to pick up that are Ravage. And I haven't yet, so that have a Ravage with it. I'm buying a whole Soundwave just to get an extra Ravage. I'm doing that. But anyway, okay. Moving into Shrapnel here. Again, they come with all the same hands, like all the crazy hands in tiny, tiny form. These things were loose. You had to put them in. Let's get light on this guy. You got to put these things in. His grabbers. Hope I got them in right. I mean, that's how I remember them on every one of these I have. So, with these little pieces to the front. They cover his face in transformation. And then, yeah, they look pretty good. Nothing opens up. Come on, his head popped off. I mean, we're not talking about this guy being a $10 figure. We're talking $10 for these three. So he's a $3.33 figure. Well, It'll be $3.50. It's $11 for the set. We got Bumblebee over here, looking pretty good. You have to plug that in on his back. It is what it is. But another good-looking one, which I think would be fine on a Legends shelf. I'm saying this is going to be my set of Legends of Insecticons. This is my set of, well, I've already got Bumblebees that are decent, so. But it would work for a Legends Bumblebee. Because I like my Bumblebee just a little bit bigger. So, anyway, this set is of 3 figures. Great. Alright, this is my look at the Auldey Chapter 2. Non-transformable 5-inch figures for $65 for 8-9 figures. It's a fantastic value. The figures look great. They did better than Yellow Park. I mean, they looked at Yellow Park and said, we could do better, and they did do better. They looked at Red Series, we could do better. They did do better, so I like these. I'll have a link down below where you can get yours at Shozy Store. I don't see these getting released in the U.S., and I'm just not sure how long they're going to produce these. It's one of those things that I think they're going to move on to a Chapter 3, and then down the road we'll get maybe the same characters except repaints, which I don't know how deep I'm going to go on all that, but there's a Chase figure of him that's like all silver and looks kind of strange. Chase figure, instead of these guys, you get repaints of Bumblebees. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I'll have a link to Shozy TH to support the reviewer on the main page if you want to help the channel out. And that's how I can pick more of this stuff up that's a little bit different than just Masterpiece Legends. Titanium Hanger out.